Hi, my name is Arnold Brocking, and this is Hollow-land. So, Hollow-land, what's it about? Well, we've been wanting to make this story for a long time now, a couple of years, and it's taken a few different shapes and forms. Late last year we read a book by Ewald van Vught called Roofstaat, Predatory State. It's a very good book, but it's a harrowing read on the horrors that happened throughout the colonial time and its effect on local people. And it just rekindled our drive. The story is set in the late 19th century, starts in 1869 in The Hague. It's a time of the second industrial revolution. A lot of new techniques, a lot of new inventions, a lot of new discoveries. But at the same time there is social inequality. There's also the effect that the Western world has on, the world around them, people, places, cultures, and how all that has to sort of make way for profit. We thought by examining our past, we could also examine how that echoes through to today. It's an alternate history, which means that there are some differences. I think the main one is called Orendel, and Orendel is a new super fuel. There's airships and the motor car has arrived a little bit earlier. Everything's powered by Orendels. For the rest, not much is different. The same people are in power, the same people want to stay in power, and the same people would do anything not to give that power up. What exactly is Orendel? Well, no one knows. A Dutch commander at sea on leave in Northern America discovered the super fuel. He named the fuel after a medieval story out of Trier. And realizing its importance immediately, he got funding from the Dutch government and the newly instated royal family. And with this funding, he quickly built up an empire to take over, well, most of the world really. Everything runs on Orendel. So in our story, as a character, you have a talent. There's something you can do really, really well. And you can choose whatever that is. It can be something like engineering, or it can be linguistics, or something else completely different. You can be a super athlete. Except there's one catch. There's just something that stops you from ever reaching the goals that you want to have. There's someone else who always gets a promotion. You just miss that last little bit of luck that can get you to where you want to be. You are, in an essence, the underdog. It can be because, you're a woman and some man gets ahead on your credit. That wouldn't be a first. Or maybe you're born in a different country. There's just some element that stops you from reaching your goals. And that's where we start. We start with you not sure what to do next. Can you continue? Can you keep plugging away? Or will life eventually grind you down? As an underdog in a dog-eat-dog world, it's hard to make your way. It's a simple question. It's a question that resonates then and resonates now. It's a question who will you be? So what we want to do is combine sort of the adventure element of, say, the old adventure books, you know, like Jules Verne and stuff like that, the whole exploration and excitement. We want to combine that with a critical note, something to think about. Like, okay, but what does this mean? And who benefits and who has to suffer? I believe that if you make something, whether it's a painting or music or a story, it means something. It's not always completely in your own control, but you have to be aware of that. You have to be aware that everything you make has a message. So yes, there is a message in HoloLand, and it's something we think is important. It's one of unity, of connection, and of empathy. And we hope you will discover that with us. So we designed our own system. It's not very complex. I think it'll work quite intuitively for people who have played role-playing games, as well as those who haven't. We wanted to have a system that could help you feel like you were actually there, that decisions matter. We built in a lot of flexibility so that any game master or historian, as we call them in our game, can give their own spin on the world and on the story. It's where we get a lot of our own enjoyment out of role-playing games. It's to adapt and change, to go with what feels right, to go with what goes with the story. It just makes us excited. So there's a lot of flexibility in that. But it's the cinematics most of all. The scenes where you can actually feel your victories and mourn your losses or defeats. So what's our plan over the next couple of weeks? Well, COVID permitting, we hope to launch our Kickstarter in December. We have some things in between then and now. We have a quick start guide which is now in the editing phase, so it'll go out to our first playtesters soon. You can join up, and our email address is in the description. And for the rest, well, we're looking to film a playtest next weekend, taking into account all the rules and regulations so that we can keep everyone safe. So we hope that can go ahead. We're just starting out on this journey, and we hope that you will join us.